forgot their intro.
No,
it started.
we
The
didn't
video
play.
started low. It had a low verse, so it didn't play off rip.
I'm sick.
Man, cause you know how we was gonna do. We was gonna come to y'all like some. What it do? What's up, everybody? You know what it is. Your boy Jacoby Watson with the foe. You know we about to play them summer jams hit from the 99 to the 2000s. You know it's gonna get real soulful out
Where's
here.
y'all going with this?
Feel me? Don't worry about all that. You know why? Cause it's your boy DJ ASAP Jubilant on the cut. You feel me? In the doing the ones and twos. You feel me? We at Roseline Live with it tonight. You know, 1776 Reddit Road. We got $5 drink
Why
specials
does
all
he
night.
know the address?
You already
It's
know what it
$5
is.
Fridays. And who do we got in the special guest tonight?
Bro, you
Jacoby?
already know who the special guest is. It's the one, it's the only Bernie Spurgos in the building.
You feel me?
You
She will
already
be
know.
hosting all night. VIP tickets do go on sale at the Hard
On
to Knock
sold.
shop for $25.
I hate these niggas.
I really do. I have no words for this fool.
Wait, wait, hold on. You can get your tickets at the Hard to Knock shop, your local City Gear, and
The Hard to Knock
and your
shop.
local Lonesome Brand / Black owned store downtown
I was with
Cincinnati.
it until he got to that part.
Were y'all asked to do this promotion?
Not
No.
at all.
No, I'm not
Straight
gonna lie.
BS.
The first time that we did it, you weren't in here. It was a lot better, honestly.
Oh, hold on. Wait. Whoa, that was heat. It was ignorant, but it was heat.
It was heat, bro. Don't be.
What's up, y'all? It's another episode of The Foe. We've been gone for a while, but we back again. I'm going to go ahead and just
Indeed.
act like that didn't just happen.
It happened.
But we're
It
going to go
happened.
ahead with the real intro because I don't know what y'all was on. That was
You know
Jacoby
what?
Watson and
You
the
know what? It's
ASAP
alright,
Jubilant.
bro. It's alright, man.
It's cool.
That was
bro.
a-
it's
that-
it's a
I don't
left
know
side of the table thing.
Let me
Yeah,
tell y'all something.
y'all trying to
Let me
drive
tell
the
y'all
boat,
something.
and I don't
Let me
know what
tell
y'all
y'all
just started
something, man.
doing.
Unfortunately, due to the extreme weather, Tim has been forced to drink nothing but Haterade. So it is what it is.
Hey, man, it's crazy out here, bro. You know what I'm saying? When everybody drink
Give
up
me
all
your ring.
everybody
Give
drink
me your
all
ring.
the positive, you know what I'm saying? It's got to be all that's left is the negative, so you got to just take it in. But, you know.
But nah, what it is? What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling today?
Yeah, you know me, thugging in these streets. This is the first Friday I done spent in Cincinnati in a little grip.
You got something hanging from your nose to your upper lip. And there you go. Anyway,
That's the way he said
Real
it.
friends.
It's the
How
way
many
he
of
said
us?
it.
I'm weak. All right, nothing fun and games, jokes. You already know who it is. TJ.
it's your boy Jerdo up here swinging low.
You don't got
What?
dreads no more.
What? What? Nah.
I see y'all acting funny today. We
Y'all,
can't
we ain't come back from another episode in a while, and I see we
I
acting
swear.
brand new.
different. But you know, it's your boy DJ ASAP Jubilant in the cut like the rips in my jeans, even though, you know, I got on sweatpants, in the cut like the parts in my hair, and of course in
What
the
part?
cut.
What
Oh,
part?
oh my
What
god.
Don't
You
cut
know
no
what's
part.
crazy? I just realized these the same jokes from last time. But guess what though? Check me out. I'm about to go off the dome. It's your boy DJ ASAP Jubilant in the cut like Kanye's conscious, cause we don't know where that's at. All right, in the cut like what's in the cut? In the cut like my sanity, because it's been a lot of weeks, and yeah, I'm gonna just end it right there. Cause
Next.
all right.
Again, without further introduction, it's Jacoby Watson. You already know. And we are bringing y'all some greatness. Because along with this summer heat, we got the musical heat. Because Dreamville finally dropped Revenge of the Dreamers 3. And highly anticipated album.
It's finally out.
I know y'all been listening to it because I've been
It's
listening
finally
to it.
out.
I know y'all been listening. Come on.
It's finally out.
And
That's
guess
all
what?
people's talking about. It's
Yup.
finally here, y'all.
And right here, right now, on the Faux Podcast, an in-depth review.
Yeah, just like how we
Dreamers
did.
3.
Just like how we did Igor, we're gonna do the same thing for Revenge of the Dreamers 3.
Indeed, indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna hold you
Why'd
though.
you put
We
glasses on?
Don't
Wait-
worry about all that.
wait,
In the
did
cut
you-
like my glasses skills. What you mean?
All right. Anywho,
I'm so done.
I hate people today, but it's all right though.
That's cool. Well, everybody slowly but surely bring up their little track list.
I already got the
Track list's already
up.
here. I'm ready.
I know. I need to bring mine
Boom.
up for.
Boom.
So all I'm gonna say is, if you've been asleep this whole time, like Revenge of the Dreamers was nothing you ever heard of. I don't know what you've been
You
doing.
just need to wake up right
You
now.
should have woke up months ago.
For those of y'all that are hating on Revenge of the Dreamers, y'all need better music taste. Cause I've seen a lot of haterade on this album.
They always
lot of
on.
hate.
They always hate
Yeah.
on Dreamville. The Dreamville get a lot of hate, and I feel like this is the one time they actually get to shine. And I feel like they did a good job bringing together their own members of the label and outside talent as well.
Definitely,
So, you know what I'm saying? I don't see how you could hate on this project, you know, unless you just don't like real rap or just people that rap in general.
People don't
And with the album, they also you can check it out on Dreamville's website. They did drop the documentary for Revenge of the Dreamers 3, so you can kind of get a little behind the scenes look at how they put the album together, and what people were doing with that. I don't know where you got that bottle of water from.
That's,
All right,
I didn't know.
It, I like if you've seen the documentary, it provides like great context for the album.
it does.
It does.
Like, it goes through a lot of different tracks on the album, and like the process went into it. Like that's why I'm saying when y'all like watch it and y'all see the Wells Fargo one, it's
That
gonna make
was
you like
live.
the song even more.
That was
That's lit.
Wells Fargo is probably one of my top songs from the album.
we gonna get there. We
Yeah,
gonna get there.
it was crazy. So they said that the sessions were held at Treehouse Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, from January 6th to January 16th. Initially, Cole's initial post had reached out to 75 plus individuals who were invited to the Dreamville recording sessions, from artists to producers to guest artists, guest producers, and business personnel. And with that being said, we have about 34 different artists and 27 producers out of the 343 individuals that was invited in total. And the album was recorded in only 10 days.
Yep.
So how could you hate on this
Because
if
people
all
don't
that
like
work
you.
was put in 10 days, pretty much, and mixed
Indeed.
and mastered to perfection?
Yep.
But we gonna go ahead and just cut straight to the chase. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all
Indeed,
ain't come here to hear all the intros. I just want to give you a little context of what this album has to bring to the table for the year of 2019 in music. So we're gonna go ahead with the first initial track with "Under the Sun" by Dreamville featuring J. Cole, Lou, and DaBaby, in an uncredited bridge verse, whatever you want to call it, by
I call
Truly
it
Yours, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
So
fire.
First thing I would say,
definitely fire.
definitely fire. First thing I'm gonna say, the sample, crazy. First time I heard it, I was
For
like,
sure.
okay. I wasn't expecting the beat to drop the way it did, and then now the more I listen to the song, I was like, it actually fit perfectly.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that song was
I like
Wow.
the triple entendre he did on Sun instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new
Literally.
under the sun. Nobody fucking with Sun.
I got a couple of sons.
A couple of
yeah,
hey.
it's crazy, bro. This is like the first track he starts off with between the North Carolina artists. So all three of these, except Kendrick, are all from North Carolina, which I
didn't know
thought was
Luke
pretty
from
dope.
Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Luke and
Okay.
DaBaby and J. Cole. So they kind of set the tone for the album off rip. Yeah, I don't know how you cannot like this song.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
a
like
solid song.
Cole killed it. Lou had a solid verse. In my opinion, I feel like this is DaBaby's best rap verse I've heard from him.
I low-key would-
like
I would
so
agree.
far.
I would
I would
also
agree.
agree with that.
Yeah, like out of all his other music, I like, but this is probably his best verse, and it was kind of
it's
different.
most lyrical verse. I
Definitely.
say it's definitely more different. What I'm gonna speak for everybody when I say never did I know he attended college.
Who DaBaby?
I
Oh
didn't
yeah, I
know
would
he
have
went to
never,
college.
never
I did
would have
not
thought
know
he went to
that.
college.
I said, huh?
Yeah, he was clowning though. He was clowning.
I'd like to point out that Adam, you did not realize that was Kendrick.
I did not realize.
he did.
it was
Like,
Kendrick
and I
at
remember
first.
because I remember when we did the reaction video for this album on his channel. Go check that out, by the way, because I'm on that. You know.
Jerdo.
I was like, my God, this is definitely Kendrick. He's like, no, that's
Because
kind of
like
sound like Luke.
I was like this
That's
gotta
how-
be Luke. Kendrick not on this, but I'm just hearing it. I'm like hold
Coming
on,
from
but
the
that
Kendrick
sound,
fan.
but it sound like Kendrick. Hey, but that little 2 bars. I woke up for some money.
Hey, for the longest, I thought he said first morning. I ain't gonna lie until I saw the lyrics.
Hey, little bitch.
Okay.
Too many ops in here. Tell me who you with. And then straight for the most part, y'all, we all can agree the first track was
That was
straight
was a
it was
great
a really
intro.
that was a really good intro song for this project.
really
too.
good intro song. Definitely fire. Ibram, which is like one of the head people at Dreamville, tweeted out in July 16. Big shout out to my bro Kendrick Lamar. Pulled up on me to hear the project and just to chop it up and ended up giving us a fire hook. So that's how that kind of came about for the most part. And
Okay.
even though they probably just had like a time reason or they just wanted to keep it a surprise, which I like that they kept it a surprise. So
Because I was definitely like, hold on, wait a pea picking minute.
yeah,
I know
that
this
was
voice.
dope. So
a pea picking minute.
Yes.
yeah, so we all agree Under the Sun's fire.
Yes.
If you like Under the Sun, I mess with you.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead to the second song, which is pretty much the single, one of the first tracks that was released out of the pack. Down Bad, featuring Young Nudie, Earth Gang, Boz, J.I.D., and J. Cole.
You need
Fire.
Which we also reviewed.
Street Fighter.
We reviewed that on Jerdo's channel. Make sure you check that out. You can see our honest review on that. But we all pretty much agreed that was all flames. I like Johnny Venus' verse probably the most. He killed that whole verse like that. They all killed it, but that was
Swear, bro.
fire.
Fire.
I don't even really have much to say about
He
that
said
song.
people on
Like
the floor, now they shacking the fool. That's probably the hardest bar in the whole song, bro. I was
Yeah.
like, dang, that's tough. That's definitely tough.
crazy.
I also like the transition from Under the Sun to Down Bad because it's like almost immediate. So
Yup.
it's like
Super immediate.
I said, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, so we go like 2 banger tracks, and then we like slowly ease into it. So we go from that to Lambo Truck with Kaz and Childish Major and TDE's very own Reasons, which I honestly really like this track.
I do too.
I do too now.
While
Yeah.
I do like the track, it doesn't get a lot of playtime from me. And that's because of the tone of it. When I'm listening to the album in the car, I'm more so looking for the Under the Sun, Down Bad type tracks because I'm riding.
I feel that.
But like, it's I like the way they put together the song because it seemed like a whole conversation throughout it, as opposed to it just being people spitting their verses. It was like they was talking to each other.
Well, the reason I truly like the song is because they pretty much explain where they're coming from on both ends. So Kaz been signed to Dreamville for a while now. It's like the 3rd signing, I believe. And then Reason is recently signed to TDE. And Kaz is pretty much coming from the perspective. It's like, you know, he says, like, I just ate, but I'm still hungry. You know, I got something, but I ain't got nothing. And he's pretty much saying, like, hey, I've been on Dreamville. I want to be able to have my turn to have my shine on the label. But you know, I'm still having to wait, and then I'm still putting on hold, and I want to be able to get this content out because I got something to prove too, and I got to eat because, you know, I got to put food on my table. And Reasons is kind of like, yeah, like I see where you coming from. Like, you know, I'm the same way. Like, TDE, we doing good. We got SZA, we got J-Rock, we got Kendrick, we got Q just dropped. All of the, you know, top dog people.
Right.
And then Reasons, like, I agree with you. Like, I'm on the same wave. Like, I feel like I got some stuff that I want to do. And I'm at the point where I'm hungry enough to where I'm ready to rob somebody. And then that's when the conversation plays along is between
They said,
Kaz
you
and
know
Reasons.
who looking real robbable right now?
Going back and forth.
J.
Like,
Cole. He looking mad
in that
robbable
Lambo
right now.
truck. You
Right.
know what I'm
Have
feeling?
y'all seen the little meme where J. Cole was
He
like
was
looking
like-
at it when they was
Yeah,
in the
that's what
studio?
that's from.
You
Yeah.
talking
He was
about?
like,
He's like, dang, y'all want to rob me?
Like, huh?
But I mean,
So
Kaz
you
pretty-
rob top, I'm gonna rob
Rap
J.
J. Cole.
Cool.
Well,
It
right,
is.
literally cool.
I don't know. I like the song a lot because it really shows that like hunger and that passion that they both have for the music, and like they both have high respect for their label mates and the people that put them in the game. But they're also just like, yo, like this is us showing like we're the underdogs and we're the people that feel like we should like get our
Come on.
light shine on us more
Throw me a bone.
in the label. Yeah,
Let's
they
get it.
like we just want to eat. You know what I'm saying? But we still appreciate y'all because even Kaz is like. You know, Cole used to, you know, Cole's a thought. He not a thought, but like at the same time, he ain't going for that. But that's still big bro. Like I can't cross my dude. And Tops and the reasons like I'm on TDE, so dang, got
what's
nothing
up?
to do with
Yeah,
me.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when reasons bring up the fact like, well, you could rob Top from my label, and then I rob Cole, and
They
they're
was
like,
like,
cool. And then you know,
Song cut off right
yeah.
there.
I like the deeper meaning behind the song, but I do agree with you, Adam. It is one of those tracks where like if I don't play it on a high key, but if I do want to hear them like really get into it, I will throw it on. Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about that. I'm not saying.
Sorry, my laptop is
Track.
died.
That's
Alright,
live.
cool. Track number 4, we got
Swivel.
Swivel with Earth Gang.
Mainly Earth Gang, yeah. So I think this is also a track that's going to be on their 3rd album, Mirrorland. So I actually thought this was a cool track. This is pretty smooth. It's kind of good transition from Lambo Truck because it's still that cool vibe. This is one of those tracks you definitely got to listen to. It's not like one of those like turn up, turn up, turn up, which they do have, but this is just like
It's chill.
It's
one
chill,
It's
you
one
know what I'm
chill
saying?
vibe.
But I will say this is probably one of the ones I don't play as much. I need to play it more, but I just haven't got it more on my rotation compared to other tracks. Like it's other tracks I've been bumping more than this one. But I do like it though. I do like it.
So who would you say you like more from Earth Gang?
I like Johnny Venus, bro.
Same.
He's hard,
I
man.
like his approach when he comes on the tracks.
Like I like his energy he has in his songs and like his voice and like how he just goes in. Like I just think he's dope. Like I like what's his name, Dr. Dot. He's cool too. I say I think their group is pretty dope actually. I'm glad they're signed to Dreamville because
How
I know
many of them is it? Just two?
just
That's
two.
what I thought.
It's a duo, yeah,
That's what
because
I thought.
they were cool with JID at a
Yeah.
point before, then you know
That's
then
what I
they got
thought.
them put on. So we got Hungry Swivel's pretty cool. You know, nothing too
Yeah.
crazy.
Nothing too wild.
All right, next we got wow.
Swerve.
She got a big old ass.
We got J. Cole, Zoint Gang, Key, and Maxo Cream. So the first
Maxo.
half is Zoint Gang, and he's the one that's like, oh wow, you got a big old ass.
You know who Zoint Gang is, right?
Who is that?
It's a little group between Guap Dad, JID, one of the people from Earth Gang and someone else who was there at the sessions with them. And Buddy.
okay.
And Buddy.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's just them four.
Okay.
No.
I didn't know that.
Zoink Gang.
Swing gang.
That's cool.
Mhm.
I mean, so
Joint
that's a
get
cool, instead of having all 5 on 4 on whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Oh wow.
First part's cool. I like when Cole comes on there and he does this verse.
Smoking my nappy dress. How you scared to die, nigga?
Yeah, I like, well, I ain't gonna lie, like, even though some people might find it, I think he's like, I'm so active on the radio, I'm radioactive, nigga. That's the bar I had to give him to him, never slouching, not even on couches in the liver. I was like, that's hard. I ain't gonna lie.
That was fire.
Like, I don't care if you think it's corny or whatever, but I'm like, I think it's hard. You
I
know
will
what
say
I'm saying?
for that one, I don't know, like the tone of it kind of reminded me of like a Forest Hills, like Saint Tropez type of yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think of what song that actually.
Or apparently.
Is it Robot? No, that's not RoboCop. No. Say What's Real. The beat reminds me of Say What's Real from the song that Drake sampled from Kanye.
Say what's real.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I'm trying to
That's
dig
not-
in my
yeah.
musical library
Yeah, that
right
sound-
now, and I can't find it.
It's old Drake too.
I'm about to say, yeah, that sound like old Dre. You going back.
But it was from a Kanye song.
Okay. I see.
It's the beat from Say You Will.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that beat. It reminds me of that beat.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, that first part's cool, and then it transitions to Swerve with Key coming in, and he's doing his thing, you know.
Oh, what did he say? Okay,
If I keep moving like this, then I'ma glide.
Happy.
I thought he said I'm a god. That's what I thought he
I
said.
thought he said
Yeah.
I'ma die. I thought he said
I
if I
ain't know
keep
what he
moving
said.
I thought he
like
said
this,
I'm a
then I'ma
god. I thought he
die.
said I'm a god.
Look, oh, okay.
It's the
I'm like-
Japanese.
He
And
said,
then-
he said jealous on the inside. I thought he said
jelly.
jelly.
Yeah, I ain't know. I mean, jelly. I mean, some people say jelly.
What's this
but
shit
like
here
jelly.
mean? Is this Japanese?
Knees.
Nigga, what?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I get what he's saying though. If I keep this up, you know what I'm saying.
Adam look real disgusted right now.
He do. He like what?
The way I'm
What
rubbing
is he
niggas'
saying?
face, he don't
Yeah.
wanna die.
I'm not the biggest Maxo Cream fan,
Maxo!
but I do like his verse on this. I think
Maxo,
this was a
Maxo,
solid
Maxo.
verse. He does like
Lot
the
of
Friday.
baby choppers.
The Friday reference. He does the Tekashi reference. The
Yeah.
Steph Curry on my hip. Klay Thompson, Let It Fly. That was hard. I was okay.
You know
He's
the-
clowning.
You know the hardest bar was is a pig's pussy pork.
Oh,
Yeah,
Let
though.
It
Can
Fly.
Not a pedo fly.
Yeah, that was hard. I was okay.
Did
Max
y'all see
Sola. That was
his,
solid.
Did y'all see his little video? His session with oh my god, with Kenny Beats.
Nah, I haven't.
Bruh, y'all gotta watch that. He was chopping.
Where he do a
Yeah,
freestyle or
It was a freestyle.
okay?
Because they was putting together a beat for a song. And he just started freestyling it. Because I would put me onto it. That was going.
That's loud.
You might have to check that out.
Maxo.
Maxo,
Yeah, and then it ends with JID pretty much like doing this volume lower, getting lower
Yeah,
verses.
he was on
I
his
was
he was on
sick.
his nav.
Yeah,
I was
he
real
said he was
sick.
on his nav. It is just gets lower. Yeah, I think they said like this was supposed to be a part of his verse from Down Bad, but they ended up cutting it short to fit on both tracks. It's a
Okay.
couple songs like that on this album where you could tell this was probably fit. Like same with Nudie. Like
Yeah.
his verse was supposed to be on one of the later tracks,
y'all
but they
said
cut
his,
it.
manager was gonna release the full Down Bad verse one of these days.
They need to, man.
I was like, he's
Seriously.
probably over there spazzing too.
Man, yeah,
Probably.
they definitely should.
I
So
am the king of the eat.
Bless you.
then we got Adam's favorite song, don't hit me right now.
I
Don't hit
don't
me
like
right now.
this song at all.
You know, you got Guap Dad 4000
Hey,
doing a
that's
hook.
my
Actually, I'm not gonna
dude,
say I
bruh.
don't like this
You
song at
got
all.
Boz, Kaz,
This
Buddy, and Young Baby Tate. I don't know who Young Baby Tate
Yeah, I
is.
don't know.
Her part was cool. They lying, they fibbing, they trying, they children. I was like,
This song wasn't
Garbage.
bad, but it's
kinda
just
my-
like it's
You
like
said
one
it's
of the,
real
like,
skippable.
It don't get
Very.
it's cool. It's a cool
it don't
track.
get skipped, but it'll be like it'll be on rotation if I'm like doing something.
Yeah, I agree.
Like it's,
I
it's
agree.
background music.
I like Boz and Kaz verse on there.
do
Guap Dad
too.
on the hook. He's cool on that one. I like his hook more on Costa Rica, which we'll get to that later. And then I don't know, Young Baby Girl Tate or Baby Tate. Her part was cool. It was like short though, and then
The chorus ruined the song for me.
you just don't like Guap Dad.
I like him on some of his other features, just not that one.
Okay.
Not that one and the other. What's the other one? Oh, in Costa Rica. I don't like his feature on either of those
How?
songs.
I
don't
liked his on Costa Rica.
choruses.
He's on Costa Rica.
His
was
choruses are not for
fire.
me.
You know what? We're going to get to that in a minute.
We might just swoon of you.
So the next song is a good old.
Good old Wells
Wells
Fargo,
Fargo.
which has been a controversial song for some people because some people like it and some people dislike it.
I mess with it.
Please, side, pass me the bazooka.
Like, let me ask y'all this: what was y'all first initial thought when y'all first heard this song? Like, what was the first thing that came to mind? Like,
I was like, they really named the song after a bank.
my
That sound
initial
real
thought,
ignorant.
like I thought, like, cause I was just like, cause when I heard the chorus, I'm just like, it sounded like it's 7 people in that room all singing the same
Agreed.
chorus.
Yeah.
It sounded like it's 7 people. And then when I watched the documentary, see, it was only like 4 of them.
It's only
like,
Buddy, JID,
yeah, I
Johnny
was like-
Venus, and Guap Dad.
I was like, wow.
That's Zoink Gang.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then playing it, I was just like, oh, this is really just like, this is truly a song that you can tell they just had pure fun with it.
Mhm.
They was just putting all their energy to it, and it's like you can either play this if you want to turn up, you can play this at a party, you can literally almost play this at just about any occasion,
Yeah.
and like people going like start jugging to
Like,
it,
hold on.
cause like you can just tell, like you can just feel the energy just from the intro when they were when they was doing the little funny voices.
Definitely.
Tell me,
Excuse
I love
please,
that part.
don't get blood on the couch.
Because is that my flamethrower beside? Well, yes, it is.
Could you
But pass
please
it this way.
my lord,
Please hand me the bazooka. And
Yeah.
then they do it in the background, just bang, bang,
Bang.
bang.
That was actually Jid. That was Jid too.
Yeah, that part was funny.
But
It's
that-
like, please no blood on the couch. Sir, you got blood on the couch. It's like,
But yeah, you could just tell like they were just having,
damn you.
You can tell like this was just like it just something about it, like you just felt the energy, and it was just like you felt like just a good vibe energy from it,
Definitely.
and it was just it's happiness all around.
I agree with Jacob. Pretty much everything Jacob said. That was my first initial thought. Like,
Yeah.
first time I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's kind of like a iffy track. Then I heard it again. I was like,
And plus, like
You know.
when the way, because when I heard it the first time, the way the beat came in, I was like, how they about to do this?
yeah, it
They
was
did.
very
I was
like,
different
is they
compared to the whole
I
album.
was like, hold on.
See, like when I first heard, I heard it in the documentary first. 'Cause I watched the documentary before the album came
Okay.
out.
Okay.
So like it gave context because I seen all 4 of them in the studio and like they did it all in one take
Right.
on the last day, just like as a.
It's
It was fun,
fuck
like-
it.
And
What
why
y'all
not?
trying to
Just have
do?
fun.
And
So
that's-
like it added context because it was truly an interlude.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this question before we get to the next song. Do y'all like where Wells Fargo is on the album track list, or do you think it should be like towards like either the beginning of
Nah,
the album?
I like
or
it where it's
you
at.
like
I
it
would-
where it's at?
I like where it's at.
Yeah, I would say honestly for
It
me,
shifts
I
the
would-
vibe.
Yeah, I would say I would have to listen to the album again from top to bottom because I was gonna say you could put in near Costa Rica, but Costa Rica low key is like another long interlude. Too.
Well,
That's why I was
Costa Rica's
like,
coming up like right after, like it's like
It's
3
like
more
track
songs
11.
after that.
That's why
Yeah.
I said I would move it down a little bit more, but then I'm like, nah, because you don't want to. You know what
I
I'm
don't know, like it's fine where it's at, but it also could be like a great outro track as well.
It low key shifts the vibe of the album too.
It
though.
does shift the
Yeah,
vibe.
it definitely does.
It's kind of like smack in the middle, and it's just like,
yeah,
boom, we got this right here,
Like,
and
yeah.
then it's
outro
like
track,
it does
though?
change the mood, and the, like, you said what?
I'm just thinking about what Jacob said.
Because
I'm trying to
I'm also
Possibly, but then
I'm
like
also thinking of-
sacrifices
I'm
is
also-
kind of holds
also-
that
I'm
way.
also
That's my
thinking-
favorite
I'm also
song.
serious. I'm also thinking of it in the fact that like this, like the fact like after watching the documentary, Adam said it does give you that context to know like they did this on like the last day of like the 10-day recording.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that till you
So
told me
it's
that.
like
yeah.
it's like it kind of like you get like, oh, even though this is coming to an end, let's end like because I remember Ibram said like even though it's coming on to the end, look at them, they ended on a high note with that song right there.
I thought
And
that was
doing it in
cool.
one take.
Yeah,
But
I like Johnny Venus verse a lot. Like when he just, cause like it's like them kind of going in JID's that's a quick part, and then like Johnny comes in and just turn it up. And I was just like, hold on, he chopping. I was
Yes,
like,
he was.
you know.
That was.
And then the Guap Dad tries to finish skirt in the new thing. I was like, all right.
Stop hating on Guap Dad. For
I'm not hating.
You
I'm not
hating,
hating. I'm
but
just
you
saying his
hating.
part was cool. Like I feel like Johnny Venus had the best verse. JID part I like. I feel like Buddy part was a good way to start it off. I just feel like Guap Dad tries to keep up with everybody else, and he does all right. I feel like he kind of had a rough start, but as his verse went on, I was like, okay. He made that. He made that. You know, like Airbnb called the lease. You know, I was like, okay, that's cool. But yeah, Wells Fargo, I say it's fire. Y'all say it's
Indeed.
fire.
I'm messing
Definitely.
with it.
And then we going down to one of my favorite tracks, Sleep Deprived.
Deprived.
Fire. I don't care
Sleep-
what nobody
who-
says.
Sleep-
Who is Davion? Because whoever that is, amazing feature.
I'm not sure.
Oh, for real.
Wait,
I wasn't-
Davion? Oh, it
That's
is
that's the female who's singing.
Yeah, it's the chorus.
I
Yeah.
was.
I love her part.
I don't know why I thought that was Arnie Lennox for the like. I
I
don't
don't
know why
know,
I
like,
thought that was her, and it's
I-
definitely not her.
I'm gonna say this now. I don't know what it is. I really can't figure it out. But Sleep Deprived just hit your ears different.
I love that song.
It really like it. And plus, here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
oh.
and I will say, like, cause over the years, like, if y'all to ask me, like, how would you rank the Dreamville artists, like, in like the main, like, I'm from like the main ones, like Boz, Kaz, and Omen. I would have kept Omen at the bottom, but Omen showed out on his verse on this, and I appreciate that. I really do.
I feel that.
And then I don't know, like this with Lou Omen, and then I did
Mez
think I
verse
did
was
think
crazy.
I did think Davion
Yeah.
I did thought that Davion was Ari Lennox as well.
Yeah, I
'Cause
see.
their voices do sound similar.
Yeah, because there's so many people on this project. You kind of like if you don't really look into who's who, you will literally
You will
kind of
get
get confused with
Yeah,
who
you definitely
is
will.
who. Because like some of the sounds, people sound similar. Like you know, I don't know. It's kind of like hard to pick out, but definitely.
Luke had the verse for it.
Yeah, Lou's the first one.
Okay,
Then it
so-
goes to Mez,
Yep.
and then in the interlude, then it goes to Davion.
Yeah.
Does the hook. I ain't
So-
never had nothing. Yeah, I had to work for it. And then Omen. I know Omen.
Right.
And then Omen's the last verse. And then pretty much just the
Okay.
chorus.
So the
Yeah.
thing that stuck out with this song to me, everything just seemed like it was very authentic
Mhm.
as far as like just the lyrics and stuff. Especially when Luke said, "I made the most cash on this realest shit I ever wrote.
Yep.
Had to let my city know that I was the only shining chance of hope." I was like,
Yep.
Yep. Fire.
Yeah,
And-
so, okay.
I was gonna say I like how they stuck to the theme of sleep depriving
Mhm.
and like where they had to work to get to where they are and how
Yeah.
they deprived themselves of sleep and all wrapping back to the same
Yeah.
topic at the beginning.
Omen's been known for that. His like I think what was his last project called? I just can't think of it.
Elephant Eyes.
Yes,
Mhm.
Element Eyes. Like he had several songs on Elephant Eyes where he would tone in on the fact that like I don't really sleep much nowadays. I'm always usually quiet. I'm always just working.
Yeah.
So I already knew Omen was gonna snap on that. But over, I don't know. Like when I just hear that song, it just that vibe just hits different, and it's so great. It's great.
Yeah, definitely. Lou tweeted out, he said, this was back on July 7th. He said, when I heard Sleep Deprived beat in Atlanta, I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? Niggas was playing this live. They was playing that live, and I walked around right at the right time because nobody had heard the beat yet. And I laid my verse, and then Omen and Mez walked in and was like, whoa. And he was like, yeah. And then Mez also tweeted, I'm still listening to this, like I wasn't even there. So like they both was like, it's still like one of my favorite tracks. I really like this
I
song.
do too. It's very inspirational.
It is, and it's. I love the beat. I love everyone on the song. They fit perfectly. Davion, I don't know who you are, but you did a great job on the hook. On the chorus, I like. Oh my gosh, it's probably one of my most played ones up there with a couple other ones.
Yep.
So yeah, we all can agree.
Indeed.
And we're gonna take a quick pause. Just
I'm not gonna hold you. Can you crank that
Crank
door?
that door.
Yeah, it's hot as fuck.
All right, so now we're going on to the next song, which is the 9th song on the album, which is also another really, really beloved
It's my
song for
favorite.
me. I really like
Self-Love.
the song. Self-Love, Arnie Lennox,
Self-love
Boz, and Baby Rose.
is the best love.
I don't even know what to say about the song. I just love it. It's self-positivity. It's, you know what I'm saying, promoting, you know, just loving yourself. And, you know, yeah, he's fooling over here.
I mean, but that's exactly though. That's like
That's
really all you can
tired
say.
of all of this
Okay,
faking,
okay.
wearing all of this makeup.
But it's just literally like literally. I like the fact that it's so simple.
It is.
It's so simple.
But it's so
But it has
real.
a power. It's a real
Yeah,
song.
it's
a
so
powerful
simple. It has a
message.
powerful message, and it's again, Ari Lennox is starting to become one of my favorite
R&B.
R&B artists
Yeah.
right now.
Agreed. I like the guitar to it. Like
And-
this is something you can
yes,
just
yes.
sit down on. The
That
beat.
guitar,
Yeah.
but that guitar was clowning.
It was produced by Sensei Bueno.
Sensei Bueno.
So, hey, bro, you did your thing. I love this. I like you said. I love the message. You know, self-love is the best love, but your love is the worst drug. Like, you know, some people with that negative or that toxic energy. You know, something we talked about in the past. Like
I
that's
just want
like.
to impress you
you
so
know.
much. Oh my
But if you
God.
love yourself at the end of the day, like you got
That's
the
all that
best. That's all that
matters.
matters. And
Like so.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't listen to this song that much.
okay, I was
It's
about to
not
say,
that
better
I-
not
it's not
piss me
that-
off and say you don't like
It's
this
It's
song.
not
How
that I
could you
say
not?
it's not that I don't like it, but I'm not a fan of Baby Rose's voice, to be honest.
I feel like it's not bad. Like when you
It's
get
not
used
different.
to it,
It's
It's
definitely
different.
different.
It's
It's not
different.
bad by
should-
any means, but it's not for me.
You gotta let it grow on you.
I just vibe out with the song, and then Boz just does a great job with his verse, like at
Yeah,
the end, you
definitely.
know. And I don't know, this is like one of those songs that's highly replayed for me. Or
Yes.
Agreed.
truly.
this Sleep Deprived, Under the Sun, Down Bad, Wells Fargo's are like top for
Top
me.
tier.
Definitely like out of this album. So Self Love, great. I've been seeing a lot of other people have that either as their caption or they've been really appreciating the song as well because it's just got a
It's
good message.
It's overall great.
Yeah.
It's a
I can't say
banger.
nothing
as the
bad.
children say.
So here's an underrated one next. So we have track number 10 with T.I.P. Charlamagne, you know what I'm saying?
Ladies,
And JID.
ladies.
Ladies, you know. Pretty much them two reminiscing on about their wild times
Indeed.
of, you
I
know.
like it.
Women's.
I
will-
like it.
I like it. It's,
There's one thing that I have with the song that's bugging me to my core.
what is it?
I low key want to know if like did JID and them just really dip out like that? And T.I. just came and just happenstance to walk in
Yeah.
the same door and talking about, man, y'all don't know nothing about no
ladies.
bitches.
Yeah,
Let me talk to him real quick. Because I was like, when I listen to it, I'm like, this transition sound natural, but it don't sound
So
natural at the
natural.
same
Definitely
time.
sound like
I
he
don't.
just walked in the door like, man, y'all don't know about no bitches. Hold on.
I'm just like, dang, Tip, did you just hear them? And
Maybe,
just walk?
maybe JID recorded his part first, and then maybe they asked if T.I. wanted to be on it. He probably heard his part and was like, "Let me get on here and let me educate this young brother." You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying?
what.
You know,
Yeah,
T.I.,
I mean,
man, you
but
know.
either way, I don't know what it is. Just that transition from one to the other, it was just so smooth, and it just like, it was just. I felt like I just listened to two different.
I like T.I.
conversations.
verse on this. I like
I do too.
JID's part too, but it's like kind of like that older G generation and new
Boy.
generation. They just kind of like
T.I. talking
talking.
about,
Yeah.
let me educate you on the stimulation of
'Cause
what
you know what
most
T.I. on
ladies
now.
have.
Yeah, you know
young
he be
ladies
on
have
now.
And then he
acquired
threw,
to
and
my.
then
Do
he
y'all
was
like
throwing
the
that
outro?
southern swing. That southern.
I do. He did have that southern twin.
He's talking about it's good karma, right? So if I fucked with real good
Yeah,
back
you know what
in
I'm
the
saying?
day,
Real good.
Cause
you
it's
know
made
what
her
I'm
into the woman that she is today, that means somebody should be coming along but me.
Right?
saying? Yeah, he just talking.
He
at
was
that
I'm
talking.
like, stop talking.
That's a cool track. This is one of those tracks where like if I'm in the mood to hear it, I'll play it. But if I'm like not really trying to hear it, it could be skipped at times. But I don't dislike it. I like it though. It's just not
I'm
something
not gonna
I'll.
skip it for a while.
Yeah, it's not a highly. It's not going to be replayability for me, in a sense. Like if I let the album play and I just want it to play,
Yeah, definitely.
I'll let it play. But most of the time, it's probably gonna get skipped.
Oh, that's that producer's name.
And then right after that, sometimes I'll skip it because I want to get to the next song, Costa Rica,
That's bro. That's
know,
so
All right,
hard.
all right.
which is the
all right.
other
I'm gonna say
single.
it now. I'm gonna say it now. I like the song. I don't like the chorus.
The chorus.
For the simple, no. Here's the, I feel like he didn't need to scream.
He
got
did
fans.
though. I was
Yeah,
in the airport like,
Baby,
It's
at a bus down in the AP.
like the chorus not bad, but I'm just like,
He could have said, "I got fans in Costa Rica."
I got fans in Costa
You ain't
Rica.
have to. I got fans in Costa Rica.
That's
Hey,
what make it live.
he had to show his emotion. He wanted y'all to know how
'Cause I was
much
like-
fans he has in
I mean,
Costa
I
Rica
understand
and how
he
much
got
bands
fans.
he got in Costa
I
Rica.
understand.
You
that.
ain't have to.
I mean, Young Thug does that, and nobody say they don't
Oh,
like
Young
Young Thug.
Thug
doing
is
I
a
don't even listen
legend.
to Young Thug like that.
He's a
I be
legend.
sleeping on him.
Don't look at me like that. Young
I'll
Thug
look
is a
at you.
legend.
That's a different debate.
It's a different debate.
Uh-oh.
A
What?
lot
No.
of clicks here. I'm mad they just started clicking back and forth.
He's
Just,
one of the
hello.
biggest influences of our generation.
No, he is the bigger influence of Generation Z, aka the Lil Babies and the Gunners and Thug, the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. You
It's
know
a
what
lot
I'm
of
saying?
Thug clones.
It is a lot of
But
But I still
again,
mess with him though.
Another,
I'm not gonna lie.
he just
Have you listened to Beautiful Thugger Girls?
Yes.
What? You mean? That album's amazing.
I'm gonna sit down and give it another in-depth
We could argue about Young Thug another episode. If y'all would actually like to see us argue about is Young Thug one of the most
Relax.
influential artists of today's generation, let us know. We'll talk about it.
it.
Because we
My
could
bad,
definitely
y'all.
get
I'm
into
so
that.
tired right
But
now. I need
Costa
coffee.
Rica features Mez, Buddy, Jace, Reese LaFleur, Ski Mask, Smoke Perp, and Guap Dad.
That's
which-
another reason why I liked it. Even though the song is like what 350, 450 or something like that.
It got a lot of people
They
in there.
put a lot of features in that. Everybody's verse on there was solid. And I was like,
Yeah, everybody part was solid.
Everybody dropped a what?
Ski Mask is my
8 to
favorite part.
12.
oh God, because Ski Mask took me off guard. I was like, oh,
Okay,
Okay.
going on date with an AK.
Hey, hey,
And then everybody in the background yelling it. That's live.
hey. I was like, I'm dead. LOL. Shout out to
He
Kane.
said, and I'm your father like you was Luke Skywalker, and I conquer it and let it burn like Usher's perm and kill confirmed.
You look concerned, respect this.
Oh. Nah, that part, nah. But like, I was shocked to know Smoke Purple was even on this. Like, someone had to tell me he was even on the song because I didn't even know he was on her. Which I find funny because you know that whole like Smoke Purple and Lil Pump was like, oh fuck J Cole, woo, woo, woo. And now like they
turn
talk
around
about
and be working on a project. On, like,
he not on the song with J Cole, but he on the song with the people on his label.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the interview between him and Lil Pump?
I
Yeah,
have.
it's kind of yeah.
it's
I would
kinda-
say that
Only
Lil
because
Pump
of
needs
Lil
to
Pump.
work on his interview skills.
Yeah, 'cause his
a
interview
lot of
skills
his
are
questions
boring.
was very dry and just
And a lot of
he
his
didn't get no
answers was
substance.
He was
Dry.
just listening like he was listening to a teacher.
He's like, yeah, you know, that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
I mean, for real, I ain't even black though. I'm Colombian, and my mom and my stepdad. I was like,
Right.
all right.
All right, dude.
But
I guess.
yeah, Costa Rica's Fire, that was out before the album came out. If you don't like that song, I don't know what's wrong with you. 'Cause
I got hot. So
that song-
shut up. Damn.
I'm not gonna
I-
say
like-
that.
you actually took the do-rag off.
Yeah, because I like one, my head was starting to hurt, and then two, I was just hot, and I'm just like,
Is your head sweating right now though?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh no, that's when you're not supposed to take it off. You gotta let it dry.
Ways 101.
He not wrong though. But we not talking about Waves right now.
That's not. It's fine.
But we're going to go back in
I
time
gotta-
and talk about 1993 because that's the
Because
next
that's
song.
my
anyway.
favorite. Bro.
Really?
This is
1993 your
top.
favorite?
This is top 3 for me.
It's top
Wow.
I
y'all
was
really
top,
like
smoking
1993 a lot.
weed.
top four.
Wow.
He talking about since
1993. I've been smoking weed.
Ask
Ask about me.
I was like,
Niggas know not to.
Hey, we not doing that. Pass the blunt.
Fuck,
Pass
hey.
That's why I mess with it.
Pass the
Because
blunt.
this really
I
sounds
like
like
Smino's part too.
Yeah.
I'm-
I'm
okay,
liking that
I'm
part.
gonna
work
say
on
this
this
now.
project's fire.
I didn't
I
even know Smino. That was Smino part. I thought that was
Pulled up in
JID
the
on
I'm
the
so
song.
upset that
didn't.
Smino was. This is the only song that Smino was featured on.
No, he got another
he was
song.
On, he was on
He's on like
Sacrifices.
yeah. He's
Oh,
on
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right.
He's like on yeah. Produced by Lee. It's got J Cole, JID, Smino, Cos, Earth Gang, and Buddy. And then Buddy's the one that just keeps coming in and out. Everybody.
But that's so
told you,
funny though,
we
bruh.
smoking weed.
Bruh, like that's something you can really see dudes just sitting on the couch with a blunt, and then they talk about some.
Oh, they even got additional vocals from BJ the Chicago Kid on this. Too.
That's lot.
Word.
I didn't even know that.
That's dope.
I seen him being there too.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
That's dope. That's
Yeah,
really
it just
cool.
Felt like they was really on the couch.
You know, Kaz gives out that shout out to Reasons. You know, I only got one reason. I'm top dog. And I thought that's loud. That's loud. You know, and then Buddy and Smino going back and forth. Can I smoke? Can I smoke? And then, you know,
We're here to smoke weed.
Pour me a drink.
Pass the blunt.
yeah.
Hold on. J. Cole and
Yeah.
grew
He's
dreads
like,
now.
if I smoke a blunt right now, I'm gonna be 225 with my pants pulled down around my ankles.
Go straight to the soul.
See, like I like the song.
That
Maybe I
song's
gotta
so
watch the
hard.
documentary too with it. But like, it's just I be want to hear them bar out, but Buddy keep picking it up, and I'm
That's
like,
what
Buddy,
make
shut
it so
up.
funny.
Right, that's what make it live.
It's-
'Cause,
yeah.
like,
I-
it was the how
Whenever,
natural
yeah,
it was.
whenever I,
It was natural.
because whenever I hear that, I just imagine all of them sitting in like a room.
in the room.
They
on the
just,
couch
and they
or
was
something,
like they
passing.
they sitting around the mic and they really just trying to.
There's
pass
like a
the-
cool,
They really trying to have a
um,
song session, but
Yeah.
no.
keep-
There's like a
freestyle
cool
with it.
interlude track in a sense. Like they just kind
Yeah.
of going
Yep.
back and forth, and then
Yeah.
just like, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't put this in my top 4, but if that's y'all opinion, that's y'all opinion. I'm just saying for me, out of my songs I like out of this project, it's not top 4 for me
Definitely
at all.
Top 3.
I be rocking with him.
It's cool. I do like it though. Sometimes I let it play. Sometimes I won't, depending on how I'm feeling. Depends on how I feel. Cause I really wanted to hear them bar out. Cause they sound like they was gonna all go in,
Exactly.
They
but
were.
that's
Buddy
what make
just
it so funny. Like,
and then messes it up.
We are smoking.
We can't have this. Is not a rap shit. They stop rapping. I'm just like, all right. He's like, wait, hold on, shh, wait. I'm like, bro. He's like, I just called my lift. You know what I'm saying? Pass the blunt. I mean, pass the roll.
let me hit it one more time because I'm about to leave.
I'm just like, this dude, man.
Weak.
So we going from there. And then we got Rembrandt.
Rembrandt.
I'm tripping.
Rembrandt,
It's
And
Rembrandt.
then
Running
running
back.
Wait,
Rembrandt,
oh, I
running
didn't even
back.
know Vince Staples was on this.
This is my
What?
second favorite song.
He was on Run It Back. That was his whole part.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that.
Jeez.
Wait, I had a dream. I had a
That
Glock.
whole part was him.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. I had
That's
a
so
dream.
lame.
I had a Glock. I had a
Beam.
beam.
Run it back.
I don't know why I thought that was.
I thought it was JID
Gang.
at
I
first,
thought
too.
it, or
Bring the summer
JID.
back.
See, that's why
I
I'm
thought
like,
it
it's
was
those
JID
moments
at
like
first.
that where I get confused and I'm like, I don't know if that's them or if that's not. So, dang, I didn't know that.
You can
That
tell when he
surprised
was
me.
like, hey, this that.
This that J. Cole
this
shit.
That, this that
Yeah.
J. Cole
Is that
shit.
Dreamville shit?
Oh, yeah.
This that. I had a dream. And then it
I like
started
his part. I mean, I like the first part too, you know, JID.
Rembrandt.
And then
You know,
and then
shit
that
talk,
transition
shit talk.
He said
into
picture paint Rembrandt's because he was an artist.
Uh-huh.
and then that transition into Pyrex Whipper, and the beat start dropping because Sunset is by far my favorite track on this project.
All right, well, we just
Dang,
going
wait.
straight into. We ain't
Wait,
even finished the
right,
end.
right.
I guess we just went on hit straight to Sunset. Jacob was like, okay, this cool and all, but moving on, Sunset.
Right.
Beat-
Sunset.
moving on. The
No,
beat
it
drop
is
thing.
fire though.
It
I
is
do
fire,
like
though.
Sunset. I do
Oh,
like
God.
Sunset. a
Niggas
lot.
want smoke.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold
It sounds like
you.
another
My diamonds
interpretation
are
of Middle
blue.
Child, low key, like from Cole.
Yeah.
Like the way he flows.
Yeah.
Niggas been counting me out.
Yeah,
I'm
I
counting
could
my
say
blood.
the
Then he's like,
flow.
niggas won't
Niggas
smoke.
won't smoke
I wanted
one,
to.
two.
Roses are
Yeah,
red,
my
diamonds are
blue.
blue. Kind of, you know, same kind of flow. Then he's like, rose going down on Sunset.
Must be a crib in
LA.
And you know, it's live. The first time I actually like heard that song, I was in a layover in LAX. I was like,
That's loud.
real friends, like Anubis.
Shut up, bro. Shut up. But no, Sunset's fire. Young Nudie killed this part. I like
Nudie.
Nudie's verse on here.
I feel like I feel like there should have been like one more person on the song.
Yeah, I do too. I agree
Like,
with you. on that.
like don't get me wrong.
I
both,
agree.
Them two together, that was a fire collab. I feel like they should just have maybe one other person on there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Mez mixed songs. He
Yep.
mixed
Yeah.
the song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mez, Chase the Money also had
Chase the
parts
Money,
in
Chase
it.
the Money.
See, I don't really care for Young Nudie. Like, for example, on this song, he
His
had
face,
he
like-
had a good verse on this song, and he had a good verse on
Down Bad.
Down Bad. Yeah.
Right.
He had a good verse on that too, but as an artist, I can't really mess with Young Nudie.
You not a Nudie fan?
No.
You not from the 5, Middle Fingers, Zone 6, Dirty Hams, 30 Stick.
Relax,
I'ma
he got a
just
couple
say- I'ma
songs,
just
but
say
it's
this.
just like
I'ma just
all
say
his
this.
songs, he keep the same exact
I'm
flow
gonna
the
just
whole
say this:
song.
Slime Air, Heat. I was late.
I
to
like
it.
some of. I like
Heat.
Mister.
The one with him and Megan Thee Stallion was fire.
That was too.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like
Young,
4L.
Low-key, I feel like if he, I low-key feel like Young Nudie should have been in the Double XL, but that's another story for
Who?
another day.
Nudie.
They might give
Yeah.
it to him next year,
Probably.
depending on how
Now,
that
because
goes.
now,
Yeah.
especially with this album, he definitely gonna start getting like a lot more
Oh, yeah.
mainstream.
I feel like this was a good way for him because, like, honestly, I could have seen this as like 21 on this as well, but they collaborated already.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Let me pass it to my young bro,"
What
and then
song
gave
is
it to.
21 on in this album, or is that
He's
later
not
in
on
the
this
track?
album.
He's not
Are you
on
sure?
this
I
No,
could have
he's
sworn I heard
not.
him on here.
You would have heard 21.
No,
20.
no,
you would have heard it.
I know what he's talking about. No, on certain songs, I don't know which producer is it.
Like
Pyrex.
Pyrex.
Yeah, he has that.
Pyrex.
That's,
Yeah, that's the tag.
That's the tag.
That's the
Yeah.
tag. Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what it is.
I'm not
So
gonna lie.
it-
Can
in
I
a
hop on the
sense-
song just to say
I can't lie
Pyrex
though.
Whipper?
I can't lie. If 21 was like Pyrex Whipper and he started that verse on Sunset, I would have been like, ooh,
That ain't heat.
hold
Oh
on.
my God! Get these
Sunset.
headphones out my ears.
Yeah.
It's so
Sunset,
hot.
Flame, and then we got another single that dropped earlier, Down Bad. Down Bad. I'm tripping. Got Me. Sorry.
Which we also have a review.
Which we also
Which we also-
reviewed with Side Dollar Sign, Dreezy, and Omen and Arnie Lennox.
I feel
Really nice chill vibe song. I like
Yeah.
this song. I feel like Dreezy had the best verse.
I do also
Fair
agree.
enough.
I do also agree.
It's too long for me. It's a
Who is-
really long song.
Who is that before
It
that?
is a
Omen?
longer song. I agree with
It's-
you on that,
yeah.
huh?
I like Omen's verse on there.
I like Omen's verse,
I mess
too.
with that verse. But what I'm gonna say it just like how I said it in the review. I personally think they should have edited the song on the chorus instead of on Dreezy's part. Just because it just kind of it just
It
kind
does
of
feel kind of empty.
yeah, it's just like Dreezy.
But I feel like she bodied it, and they was just
She
kind of like,
did.
that was cool. But if they would have added another chorus to
Yeah,
it,
it'd
the
be
song would have been too long.
4:45. It's 4:45.
Yeah,
right
it's
now.
a it's,
yeah, but
it's
you
kind
could
of
have
a
been
longer
like
song.
Dreezy, pause, and I got you long as you got
But you know,
me.
but I mean, but to do that whole little bit, that would have done at least 15 to 30 seconds,
okay,
Right.
Yeah.
making it a 5-minute song.
out. Okay,
But they
I
got
mean,
a couple
some
of
sacrifices
alright.
is like
Some
6.
people,
But
some people-
sacrifices
that's
has
different.
different aspects. And
We
different,
gonna get to sacrifices, y'all.
That's
We
my
gonna get
favorite
to it.
song.
We
That's
gonna
my
get
number
to it.
one.
We gonna get to it, y'all. But we pretty much talked about Got Me.
We might as well skip number
Mi-
16.
Middle Child is Middle
Why? 'Cause
Child.
you
If
ain't
you
been
heard
counting
Middle
you out.
Child.
sleep.
Yeah, simple. as
This
that.
is probably one of those songs where that was like J. Cole already had it as a single that he was like, just throw it on the.
Come on, let's
why
boost
not?
the sales
We
real
might
quick.
as well
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum,
Because I
bum,
feel like he was
bum.
gonna put this on the
fall off. That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on the fall off.
Just might, yeah. So we kind of, if you ain't, you heard Middle Child, so y'all should have heard Middle Child already. So we're gonna move on to PTSD.
I ain't gonna hold you up. Once I got to this part of the album, I kind of started tuning out. So I feel like I didn't
Little
get
bit.
PTSD.
I had to start giving
It's
that
so
a little more
much.
place, but I do like the song though.
I
Like,
like the song.
once you really sit down and listen to it.
That's why I have
Forever, if you could just take out Got Me and Middle Child and just go from Sunset to PTSD,
That's what
I
I
would
did.
just say take
You are
out
actually,
Middle Child
like-
for real.
Honestly,
or
like,
that.
PTSD to me, I know I like the song. It just it doesn't get enough playtime for me, unfortunately.
Same.
I like
agree.
this. I like the song. It just doesn't get enough playtime for me. That's
Like,
all it is.
I like the outro too, like you know what I'm saying. And for the home, like I like the beat.
For
Sacrifice.
the
Yeah.
homies, for the homies, for the homies,
and
for
what?
the
homies,
And
and all
for-
the hoes.
Yeah, so this has Omen,
Maribel.
Maribel, Deontay, Hitchcock, and Saint Beauty. See, a lot of these people I don't know.
Yeah, no.
They trying to get you hip.
You remember Alex's chick, Maribel?
Maribel.
Oh, no.
But I like the fact that they added all of these people I've never heard of
I
before.
do too.
It's different. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's
They
different.
trying to
and-
get people they shot for real.
yeah, they giving them a door for them to go through and be able to get on other tracks and get their name out there. So I like the fact that this Dreamville album gave that availability and
Yeah.
opportunity to new artists. So
And before we move on to sacrifices, with this album, how do y'all feel that, like, so you know how a lot of people have been trying to downplay the album like it was mild or something?
Man,
Because
A
they
lot of people.
remedial.
I feel like this, what people was expecting was like a mainstream, super everybody who they would expect. But what they got to realize, this is just Dreamville's take on the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I feel
and honestly, I like this album because this is like their biggest project. Because like people don't even know about Revenge of the Dreamers 1 or 2. They sleep. I remember the first Revenge of the Dreamers came out, and it was only J. Cole, Boz, Kaz, and Omen. That was it. It wasn't nobody else on there, and maybe like a feature here and there. It was really just them. And it was more like a mixtape. It wasn't even an album. They just put it out to put it out. You know what I'm saying? Then the second one came, and then that was super slept on.
It was like, hold on, wait a minute. This kind of got some heat, but guess what I'm going to continue to do?
Bruh, super sleep, bro. And then the third one, they was like, well, let's take this opportunity to really make this bigger. And, you know, with all the hype behind JID and also, like, Earth Gang and J. Cole doing new wave stuff, they were like, we're going to make this album bigger and, like, do all this, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just like how this album was put together and as a whole.
Yeah, I think for the fact that when you, like I said, when you go back to the documentary and you watch it and you realize that, like, when Cole started, like, towards the end, when Cole, like, gave his take on it, he was just, like, he really gave this as an opportunity for, like, people, like how you said, he gave it for, like, people for, like, underground producers who don't really have a shot, artists who don't really get that much time in the limelight.
Yeah.
Like, this was their time to shine.
Definitely.
And I low-key think that producers and artists should do something like this on a grander scale, like, once a year at least. Like, make this an annual thing, not for Dreamville per se, but as, like, on a, like I said, on a larger, wide scale, where, like, you have producers and artists from, like, all like, aspects of like hip hop and like.
You said bring back the Cincinnati riots.
Stop
That's what
it!
I
You
heard.
say this like every other episode.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You said it like the last other episode. I ain't going.
Bring back Beat Gang, Mr. Miyagi Part 2.
Stop.
So moving on, last song on the album, Sacrifices, which is a fan favorite by a lot of people. It has Earth Gang, J. Cole, Smino, and Saba. Adam, what were you gonna say?
I definitely didn't know that was Johnny Venus at the
in the beginning.
I thought that was Saba.
Mm-mm.
I really thought that was
Saba.
Saba.
Is the
Hold on, go back up. You just passed it.
Smino's like the fourth person on there, ain't he?
Saba's the fourth verse.
Oh, Saba. Oh.
Saba's the fourth verse.
Well,
that threw my mind for a
Smino
loop.
got verse 3.
Yeah, I know. Smino.
Johnny Venus has the first 2 verses.
His verse is fire.
Mm-hmm.
And he back from the dead. I don't know.
Yeah. This is a very deep song. I do
is.
like the song. And a lot of roots. It's like everyone talk about their sacrifices that they done did. You know, and J. Cole talking about his journey and like him saying that
his
he got.
His verse was fire.
Man, hugging the block all day. Like, man, he starts going on.
From my son.
Love it.
Like,
I love the emotion put into this. It's a great outro. I feel like this is the great song in the album off on a good note. You got a lot of underrated spitters on this, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I don't really have much to say about this. This is a great track. I don't know how you could dislike the song. Like, if you don't like the album, you can't really not say you don't like the song unless you're just not listening.
And it's crazy because like they had like didn't they have like almost 250 songs recorded as a whole, and they condensed all that into 18 songs.
Yep. The album's like an hour and 9 minutes, I think.
Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes.
5.
I low-key, like, I kind of hope that like there's like a part 2 to the documentary, kind of like a.
I'm about to say Revenge of the Dreamers.
Part 2. I mean, like, I don't know, like kind of just like a little like crash kind of like video where they just kind of like give you a sample of like what some of the other songs that were close to being on the album but didn't quite just make it.
Like
listen,
what was track 19?
What's some of the other stuff? But I mean, like, of course, like they working on other stuff for like other people's projects and other people's albums. Get that? But I don't know. Like, I think looking at this album if you look at it from just the album by itself, it's still a solid album. Like it's
a very solid.
It shows
album.
it covers a variety of like emotions, sounds, and ranges from on that, and then like it's almost like a double combo pack when you put the documentary with it, in the sense that like it gives you that insight, it gives you that context, it gives you that foreshadow. Like, okay, this is what it took to get to here.
Definitely.
If they can do it, why can't other people do it?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I think like I definitely see like I feel like if J. Cole he's gonna be doing another one of these. Maybe not for like another Revenge of the
I would
Dreamers,
like that.
But I feel like
a compilation.
I feel like him and like a few other prominent artists. They could do something. They could bring this a lot to like not just for Atlanta, for like other cities where like New York, like on the West Coast, down like other places down in the South. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like definitely, this is really. you can tell this is a step above the cut.
I feel like this was a solid project overall. I feel like it's a lot of songs that provide a lot of potential for a lot of new artists that can get their way in the door. Whether you do like Guap Dad 4000 or not, or if you didn't never heard of Young Baby Tate or whoever, you know what I'm saying. For people that dislike the album, I don't know what you expected. It's Dreamville. I don't know what you was expecting, like some turn up rap, or they probably thought it was gonna be like KOD. It's not that. You cannot go into this album thinking it's gonna be like a turn up album.
Honestly, you shouldn't go into any album with preconceived notions.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
I just like when we did the Ego review, I thought it was gonna be some old Tyler, all types of stuff like that, and it was sonically beautiful. Like it completely sounded different than what I thought it was gonna be. As far as this album goes, I would say this is what I feel like Dreamville take on the human experience is for real.
Yeah, I feel like they bridged the gap between like what they do and more so like lyrical and more, straightforward rap, but also having fun with it and bringing in some of those new wave elements into the album as well. And like you said, you shouldn't expect. I feel like if someone never heard this album, they want to know what should they look forward to. Just look forward to a variety. That's what I would say. Just this is a variety album. It's a compilation album. So this is going to be a lot of different sounds, a lot of different tracks. None of the songs are really going to be the exact same because it's not meant to be the same. This is a collaboration album.
Indeed.
So
you're supposed to get a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you get a little bit of everything. So it's not meant for you to like every song on the album. If you only like, Down Bad, Under the Sun, and this and that, then by all means, them the only songs you liked out that compilation.
So what would y'all rate it?
9.
I gotta sit with a little longer, but for right now, an 8.
I'm giving it
a strong 8.
I would agree with the 8.
A strong 8.
8.5 at max.
At max. For right now, I have to sit with it for a little longer.
I'm giving it a 9 just because of that whole human experience thing. I literally just sat down and thought about it. Like, dang, this really displays a variety of what we as humans go through, the human experience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like Dreamville did a great job with this project and inviting out everybody. I need to watch the documentary with this. I feel like the documentary with the album and After I Sit With It a While will change my opinion on the rating.
Yeah.
But for right now, it's a solid project for 2019. I give it a strong 8.
Yep.
8.5 max. That's what I would say.
It's about right.
I would definitely give it an 8. I like a lot of different components from the album.
Definitely.
Like they definitely went a different direction, but kept to their true selves as Dreamville.
Now let me ask y'all this before we get ready to wrap this up. Do y'all if y'all had to, could y'all rank this with the other 2 projects beforehand?
Yes, I'll put this above both.
I agree.
This is their biggest project to date.
I would have to sit down and listen to Revenge of the Dreamers 1 and 2 again, now knowing what I have with Revenge of the Dreamers 3 to give it a fair chance.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll probably have to go back. I would have to go back and
I only stay confident to this because I look at this as like this is bigger than the past 2 projects they did. Because I remember when the first 2 came out and like it didn't really make that much noise, and the first one was hard. Like man, like the song "Revenge of the Dreamers" itself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I was
bitches. That was a song with just J. Cole, Cause, and it was just like a cool you know what I'm saying, Dreamville project. But this is like a bigger you could tell this was a bigger pool that they really like Cole decided I want to have this opportunity to have other people come. This the invites, the way they did the sessions. I think the way they did all the invites is what probably got people's hopes up too high.
Yep.
That's probably what made them feel like they were let down in the end. And I'm like, I couldn't really go in with an expectation because I was like, I just don't know what they got going. Like, with that many people and that many invites going on, we don't know what can come out of this. You know what I'm saying? That's why I have to give this project this biggest to date.
Yeah.
And this is Dreamvilla's year. Like, this is their year, and I'm glad they did this because TDE had last year. They did good, even though they didn't do a TDE compilation album. A lot of TDE artists had really great albums last year.
Yep.
This year, Dreamville's like, it's our turn now. We're going to do what we going to do. And they still kept the door open for people to still work with them.
Yep.
That's what I love most about this problem. And that's the last thing I'm pretty much say on my
Drops, Mike.
Boosh. Coming from the cold Dreamville fan, I have to give mine. You know what I'm saying?
I would definitely agree that it's the best of the projects, mainly because it brings in those other elements that were introduced to Dreamville and who were brought in since last. So let's see, who all came in since Revenge of the Dreamers 2? Earth Gang, Jid.
I don't even think they was on 2.
That's what I'm saying. Who came in after 2?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like a lot, yeah.
So like this one, it just had in everybody who was new, who brought in that new vibe, and then they brought in more people. So it just gave this a whole different shift in vibe. Like I wouldn't say you can't compare them, but you low key can't compare them because it's
No, you
like
can't.
they're completely different.
They do.
Because that's just pure Dreamville, but this is
Mhm.
like it's spread out. It's more widespread.
Definitely.
So yeah.
I feel it. This is like everybody giving their in-depth ending remarks. Yeah, man. I really would like to see other labels do things like this, but I think it needs to be controlled as far as who all does it.
Yeah.
Because what I don't want to do is look up and see, oh, Good Music got a whole mixtape out. Oh, TDE got a whole mixtape out. Oh, now
I'm not
Cash
gonna
Money
lie,
got
this-
it. But no, I'm just saying you don't want too much repetitive. Things
Yeah.
are best in
Yeah.
moderation. You know what I'm
This
saying?
kind of reminded me of like the not Dreamville,
the Good Music, that
cause-
Cruel Summer.
Yeah, because like they did the same thing pretty much and still let other people
Yeah.
be on their songs.
Yeah.
Not as much as how they went a little further with it.
Yeah.
But it do remind me of that a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the Good
I
Fridays
just don't want
and
it to
whatnot.
be oversaturated. That was what the word
Nah.
I was looking for.
Nah, I don't think it'd be
Yeah.
oversaturated.
But I mean, they're not the first to ever do something like
Nah, they
this.
not.
They're not,
Like,
but
they're just taking influence and bringing it back.
yeah, they're
bringing
making
back
noise with it
love in the
too.
game.
I love it.
yeah, but you know, when people see things are hot, you know, imitation is the best version of flattery. So they be like, oh, they doing this. We need to hop on this. I just don't want to
They
see
not
it done
gonna
too
do it.
much.
They
but-
would,
What
I-
y'all think
I
it's
doubt
gonna
that-
do
I
for
doubt that
sales?
would happen.
I'm expecting over 100.
I would think 100, somewhere around there.
That's right.
Maybe 120 max.
Yeah, 120,
Yeah.
130.
That's crazy. If you said an artist 30 years ago would have sold 100,000 albums in a week, that means that album was doo-doo. Michael Jackson sold like 45 mil
That's
in a
Michael
week, bruh.
Jackson though.
I know. I'm just saying as far as the distribution of how people get their music now. Nobody
Yeah.
buy albums.
That's
and
another
streaming,
that's another
thing.
topic to talk about. Streaming versus physical sales. We'll say that for an episode. We'll say that for another episode because
Yeah.
that's two different things.
That's definitely two different
Because
things.
now the way we calculate streamings is totally different from how
I need
back
to
in the
get a-
day, like you
a
know what I'm
vinyl
saying. It
player.
really makes it's a big difference.
I need to get
And
a
people
vinyl
still
player.
feel funny about streaming because of that, because of sales. They be faking their streams, getting their place
All
from
right,
machines.
all right, all right, all
I
right,
hate
all right.
him.
And on that
From the
note,
Cole fan. But yeah, so this is pretty much the end of this episode. Us reviewing Revenge of the Dreamers 3. If you guys like this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe
Please,
to our
please,
channel.
please.
We will try to get back on a consistent tidbit.
Wait.
He's being
What are
goofy.
y'all doing?
Ignoring the
Y'all
foolishness
being
that these
them, they
two.
being weird right
they
now.
touch at each
Anyway,
other.
Shut
yeah,
up.
they
Moving on.
being weird.
chill.
He tried to put his
But-
fingers in his hole, but that's another story for another day.
I got put my
You don't
hand
got
down.
waves.
So, look at
So
you.
yeah, so
Look-
we're gonna move on, and yeah, we'll catch y'all next time. Please
Indeed,
let us know
indeed.
what y'all thought about the album. Let us know your favorite song off the album, and if you don't like it, tell us why you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? We all open discussion. So we'll catch y'all next time on the next episode of the Foe. You feel me? Go ahead, say your outlandish nonsense, Adam, because I know you've been waiting.
He ain't said nothing in a few episodes.
No, he
though.
about to. I can feel the tension.
yeah, you can see it on his face.
I'm not even about to say
That's
nothing.
cap. As soon as I'm about to hit record.
Don't leave. It's my fault.
Oh.